Fine. So we'll start with this today. The basic. So till now we discussed about like testing is nothing but checking the application. So checking the application project like that. So now, what is the difference between this, the project and the product? So this need to be understand it. So before learning the testing, so everyone should understand this. So what is this project and what is mean by product? Both are same, both are different. Yes, yes, I need answers from everyone. So need to be speak.
The
So,
product is the end result, and the project is like what we are going to develop or working on.
yeah, okay, fine. Yes, anyone else? See, I'm giving some examples here. Can you list out which one is a project and which one is a product? So here, among this four, so which one is a project and which one is a project? So you have to understand it, right? The Flipkart, it is a project or product. Fine. One of your friends said that the Windows OS and the MS Office are products. So did you agree with that? One second. So here, this is correct or not? Need to be explained it. This is a project. So these two are the projects. Yes, good. So here SB is a project. So first of all, need to be understand the definition. If a software application is developed for a single customer or user, then it is going to be called it as a project. Only that person can access it. See, the Flipkart is a project. Sir, you are saying like Flipkart is using by multiple customers, but how it is a project? So we are not earning any money from the Flipkart. Who is going to be earn the money? The owner of the Flipkart is going to be earn the money. So here, for their business purpose, they developed one application like a Flipkart. Now here we have to understand this. So need to be focused on it clearly. If a software application is developed for the multiple users, then it is going to be called it as like product. The MS Office, we can purchase it, we can sell it. The Windows OS, we can purchase it, we can sell it. So here we have to understand that one. So basically, the Flipkart and SBI, we cannot buy it, we cannot sell it, we cannot purchase it, and we cannot sell it. So this is need to be understood. So here, this is the difference between the project and product. Anyone is having any query, you can ask. Clear, right, everyone? The product means we can purchase, we can sell it. The project, we cannot purchase, we cannot sell it. Like only one person can access it. Coming to the product, multiple people can access it. And the one more difference need to be understood clearly. So what is mean by different and what is mean by the error? So till now we're discussing about that. So testing is nothing but checking the application and finding the defects. So here we have to focus on that. So what is mean by a defect and what is mean by an error? One second. So here, fine. Thank you, Deepak. So basically, the testing is nothing but checking the application and finding the defects. So here, what is mean by a defect? So generally, let us consider a small example here. So we have to read the A value and I need one application for my business purpose like the calculator. Only that should perform like addition operation. I don't want to go with that any other calculation. I need like this. So I need a software like this. So whenever I am giving this, I need to perform that addition. That is my requirement. So we are approaching to the developers. So the developer is going to be developing this, the application. So in there, a language, the coding standards. So this code is not visible for the testers. So here I am displaying it, but this is not going to be displayed for the testers. Okay. Instead of addition, they are giving this like the multiplication. So as a tester, we are performing the testing on this application. While testing it, how we are testing it? By giving the inputs, we are going to be tested it. So here we have to test it. So what exactly we need to give it? So we need to provide 10 and 20. So we are getting the results like 200. But actually we are expecting like 30. So this is an expected value and this is an actual value. The deviation between the expected and the actual behavior of the system will be called it as a defect. So because we're expecting 30, if it is given 30, it is working fine. The addition is performing it, but it is giving 200. So the addition is not working here. There is a defect in that application. So this is how we are differentiating this, the defect, the deviation between expected and the actual behavior of the system. So it's going to be called it as a defect. So anyone having any questions? You can ask regarding this. So now moving on to this error. So we will see that what is mean by an error. Basically, as a tester, if you want to launch the Gmail application, what is the URL? The gmail.com. So whenever we are giving this, at that time, it is going to be providing this, the Gmail with username and password. So here now, for example, as a tester, he's tried to give like this by mistake. So gmail.com, not providing this L. So whenever not providing a proper URL, the results also is getting that so in a wrong manner. We are getting some error like 404, 405 error like this. So what this tester will be treated, this will be a defect, but this is not a defect, right? Why? Because we are giving the wrong information. Definitely we are getting the wrong results only. So how it will be treated as a defect? So here we are giving this the correct information. So whenever we are giving the correct information, if it is giving the wrong results, then this will be treated as a defect. So here we are giving the wrong one. Definitely we are getting the wrong results only. This is not a defect. This is an error. This is done by you while you are testing it. So here you have to focus on that. See guys, this is the last class for the demos. Okay. So from Monday onwards, the link will be changing it. They will share it, new link who are going to be registered it. And I will share the materials, soft copy materials. Okay. So just focus on it. If you have any queries, clarify it before going to be join the session. So feel free to ask any questions regarding this training and this subject. So don't sit ideally. Clarify your queries, then you have to get registered. So that is the thing. That is the first thing here. So next, moving on to this error. Error is just like any incorrect human action. So I need to give this Flipkart application URL. This is a URL. So because of time pressure, by mistake, I'm giving like this. So whenever we are giving this, so here, see, it is giving that some wrong information. So this is going to be happened. Any incorrect human action that produces the wrong results, it will be an error only. This is not related to the development side. Whenever we are giving the correct information, if it is not giving the correct results, then it will be a developer point of error defect. But while you are testing it, if you're giving the wrong information and you're expecting the correct results, that is like an error only. In terms of this, we'll see, actually we have to give 10 and 20 and we need to expect 30. But here we are giving this 7 and 9 and we are expecting 30. It is not the proper one. Suppose if 7 and 9, what is the results like 16 here? So basically the tester is treated that, okay, it is a defect, it is not giving this 30. Actually, we have to give 10 and 20, but you are giving 7 and 9, then it is going to be giving 16. So it is working fine only. How we are treated, this is a defect. So you have a career gap of 4 years. Learning language will be getting the job of the fresher or not to put some experience. If we have 4 years, how we will show as a like fresher? Need to put the experience. Put 4 years of experience, then you can apply it. So we will get it, okay? Now, that's what if you have any queries, you can clarify it now itself. So once the course will be completed, you have to put at least 3.8, 3.9, then you can apply for the job. Or you can put 4 years of gap, no worries on that. We can show our complete gap if needed. So fine, you got this, the difference between defect and error. So whenever you are studying, you have to test it carefully. So give the correct input and see the result. If the results is getting correctly, that will be working fine. If it is not getting the results properly, then we can say it's fail. So we have to give like that. It is a defect. The functionality is not properly working. But if you are doing a mistake, that will be an error only. It's not a developer issue. It is issue from your end. While you are testing it, you are not tested it properly. So to avoid this, first of all, you need to understand that what need to be tested, what does this inputs we need to provide it like that. So the proper information need to be given it. So from our end. So that here we have to focus on it. So clear the defect and error. So in testing terminology, we can say everything in terms of defects only. So we are less talking about errors. No one is talking about errors because we are not debugging any code. One of your friends said that. Okay. The codes we are not going to be debugging because we are not testing the code developed by the developer. We are testing the functionality by go through this the expected and actual. See, there is a card. If I am adding any product, the card having this, the count like 1. That is what we are expecting it. Sometimes, right, the product will be added, the count will be 0. Then this will be treated as a defect. We don't bother about what language they are using it, what are the techniques used by the developer like that. So we are not going to be responsible for code and we are not responsible to find the defects in their code like that. Only we are focusing on the functionality. The functionality flow is working as expected or not. So the customer is expecting whenever we are clicking on the plus button, the number should be increased by 2. If you are doing plus button, the number is not increased, then it is say like that we have a defect. So this defect we need to rise to the developer and we will assign the developer. So whenever I am clicking on the plus button, the number is not properly getting updated. So this is the proof. Then we have to send a screenshot to the developer. The developer will go through that. They can resolve it. Again, we have to test it. We need to focus on this. So we will perform this, the retesting again. So this is about that, the defect and error. In our day-to-day life, we are calling it as like an error. Okay. So basically, whenever we purchase any product, if we found any damage, so we can say like that. So it is an error like that. But in testing time, we are calling it as a defect. So whenever the expected one is not matched with the actual one, so that will be treated as a defect. So while you are testing it also, you need to test it carefully by understanding it first properly. Here what we have to give it, for example, 10 and 20. So you have to give 10 and 20 only. If you're giving 7 and 8, don't expect 30. 7 and 8 means we're expecting 16. If it is giving 16 means addition is working fine only. But people are thinking like that, so it is not giving the 30, so it is a defect like that. It is not a defect. So this is about the defect and error, very important. Because throughout our testing career, we're focusing on the defects only. So that's the reason we are much interested to learn this, the defects concept. Next. So do you have positive mindset or negative mindset? Right? So do you have positive mindset or negative mindset? Say guys, sir, I do. We don't have any mind like that. Both. Okay, super. Yes, what about others? So just I'm asking casually, so don't take it any personal. I just provide it. So I need to know that. So what type of do you have? Whether you are taking the decisions immediately or not. So others are not interested to explain it. Okay, fine, no worries. So these are the general things, guys, need to be expressed. So basically, why we can go for the testing here, the main intention of doing the testing on any application. So here, to find the defects. So in order to find the defects, here we are going to this, the testing. So I have to understand it. So for example, see here we have the Gmail application. Coming to this Gmail application, I need to test with valid data with correct input. Then it is going to be call it as like positive testing. Testing the functionality with the help of positive mindset, that will be call it as like positive testing. So whenever we do the positive testing, the chances of getting the defects are less. So here, so the scope will be like less only. Next, coming to this, the negative testing. So here, testing the functionality with a negative mindset means like negative perception by providing this invalid data. So the wrong information, wrong username and wrong password. So whenever we are testing this, the functionality with negative mindset, there is a scope of getting more defects here. So here we have to understand that. So the positive testing and the negative testing. So testing the functionality with the negative mindset will get more defects when compared to the positive testing. So here the tester should have the negative mindset always while testing it, not like other times. So at that time we will find the more number of defects. So the negative testing is just like, for example, so we need to travel from X to Y location. There is one way, so the straight way comes into the positive one. There are any shortcuts that will becomes under the negative one. So here also same like that. One functionality. So I'm testing with my username and password. And then we will go for the invalid username and password sometimes. So without providing this usernames and passwords, we're going to be tested with a blank data. So directly we try to clicking on this login like that. For example, if we go with that the SBI application, so there is an SBI login. So immediately what we are doing it, coming to this SBI. So I'm trying to logging it so without providing any details. So I'm checking it whether we are able to logging it or not. See, So it is immediately asking it enter the username. So this is how we are doing the testing on the functionalities as well. Because this is called like negative ones. Without providing anything, it is going to be asking it or not or logging it to SBA. See, without providing anything, if it is login, right, the data is not secured. Everyone data we can access it, we can transfer the money from one account to another accounts. So a lot of discrepancies are going to be happened. It so that is a way we are doing the testing. So even though if I'm taking with other usernames, randomly I'm giving some name and giving the number and I'm trying to logging into this by giving some wrong password. So whether it is asking the valid username or not, again we are testing it like this. So this is a combination. So we need to test it like positive and negative. Sometimes if there is no negative, only this have to test it like this only one way. At that time, don't do the negative testing. If we are doing it, nothing will happen. We are wasting our time only. So that is the reason. So as a tester, we should focus on this, the positive way of testing the functionality as well as the negative way of testing the functionality. If there is no negative, only we have to go with the positive way. Or sir, how we will come to know? By understanding this, the functionality, you will come to know that whether this can be tested in a negative manner or not. This can be tested in a positive manner or not. So we have to focus on that. This is what we have to understand it. Okay. So here we have to perform this, the positive testing and negative testing. If you have any concerns, any queries on this, you can ask. So while testing any functionality, as a tester, we have to test in a positive manner and negative manner. If there is no negative, only we can go with the positive way of doing the testing. So this is how we are doing it, the testing and the compiling in the real time. Fine. Any queries from anyone? So clear, right? Everyone. So guys, this is a training for you people. So not for me. I know everything. Okay. Try to understand it and try to ask as many questions as possible. Then only you will get more information. So here, the next concept is like, and one more thing coming to this manual testing, it is that easy. The name itself is going to be providing some meaning it. No need to by hand it anything. So no need to go for anywhere. So for getting the answers. So here we have to focus on this. What is the heading here? Nowadays testing. So the name itself is going to be giving some meaning it. The present days, how the testing will be carried out, and in olden days, how the testing will be carried out. So this will be taking some time, like half an hour or more than half an hour. So we will continue from Monday. Okay. So here If you have any queries on this, you can ask. So you can ask your queries. I'll clarify it by each and every one. Whatever the queries from your end, regarding experience, regarding the training, regarding this testing tools, any clarifications you required, you can ask. Okay. Yes, no queries. Fine, Deepak. Thank you. Yes, Anirudh, Prasad, Venika, Haima, Rodni, Jessica, and Das. See, I'll share everything, whatever we are doing in our companies. The templates, the columns and fields, having the test cases, seeds. These are very confidential, but I'm showing to you people. So these many fields are not there if you check with any other templates. So we need to maintain that how we are writing the test cases, what are the techniques we are using it. So what is my base scenario like that. So we are going to be discussing it one by one. So we'll discuss it clearly from each and everything from the practical side. So I'm here to explain everything in a detailed manner. Still, if you needed anything, so we will plan accordingly. So subject wise, no compromise it. Everyone should do the practicals, the assignments given on the daily basis. Any confusion, any queries, we will discuss those on the next session. So teacher, every session, so we'll have the time, so we'll dedicatedly giving for the queries and clarifying the assignments. So from my end, I'll help you on this resume preparation and the interview questions and the material recordings, everything you are going to be getting. So only one thing, you have to attend the sessions regularly and you need to complete the assignments. Practice it, okay? So if no queries, we are good to close the session. So we'll meet on Monday. From Monday onward, the link will be changing it. Okay. So they will provide a new link for that people. Yeah. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day. See you on Monday. Yes, happy weekend. Thank you.